What's going on, YouTube family? Back at you guys today with another video. Today's video is kind of be more based around beginner friendly stuff. I've been getting tons of comments asking to do beginner type stuff and selling stuff, what can a beginner sell and how to actually build a legit business that will profit enough for you to potentially quit your job, so on and so forth. So I have decided to do something fun. You don't have to participate, but for those of you who want to participate, I'm kind of starting a little book selling challenge. Everyone can sell books, so there's no excuses, brand restrictions, or anything with selling books. Of course, there are some textbooks and stuff like that that you will not be allowed to sell, but the majority of books anyone can sell. So it's very beginner friendly, and I kind of want to make videos of, building a book business, so the beginner seller can relate more than just me doing more advanced wholesale private label or going to the Nike store and buying a bunch of stuff. So I'm definitely going to start creating more content that is beginner friendly. So if you guys want to join this FBA book selling challenge, feel free to start with me because I'm starting today. So my goal is to get it to where I'm making $500 a week profit just from selling books. And I'm kind of going to go through the tools you need, my sourcing strategy, and all the types of stuff, some tips and tricks for you guys to get started selling books. And again, I'm going to continue uploading more videos, hopefully once a week, just in regards to book selling. Again, book selling doesn't really benefit my business as much as it would for a beginner, so I'm technically kind of wasting my time selling books, but I want to do it with you guys. It'd be a fun challenge, and I want to see, the potential people can get and the amount of profits people can make just selling books doing this challenge with me. So I think it can help everyone. Not only me, it's going to put some extra money in my pocket, but it's also going to help you guys gain more experience selling on Amazon. So the tools you are going to need for selling books, you don't need so much selling books. It's super easy. Scout IQ, it is the best book scanning software. It's an app. I believe it cost, let's go to their website. I have it pulled up. The pricing on Scout IQ is monthly. You can get a free trial. Make sure you guys, I don't know okay, just do the monthly, unless you want to pay for a full year. But if you're going to pay for a full year, make sure you're actually going to stick with it, because you don't want to pay for a full year, only do this for a few months and then quit. So I would just go with the $44 a month. And the good thing about Scout IQ is it has database, okay? So what database means is you can download all the data from Amazon's website, including pricing, ranks, and all that stuff. So when you're scanning, it just scans super quickly. If you guys didn't know, when you're scanning stuff in stores, you can have a hard time getting internet connections, and when you're scanning stuff without database, it's going to take so much longer. So having database available to you is going to make your sourcing way more efficient. So $44 a month, it may sound like a lot, but trust me, you are going to make a ton more money investing in a scanning software like this. And I wouldn't even try to do books if you're just going to try to do it with the Amazon Sellers app. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. Now, you can get the live only. If you're gonna just get the live, don't even get it. You need the database. Point blank, it's simple. You just need database. It's going to help you be way more efficient. You're probably gonna scan 10 times as more books at least with having database. So definitely get the $44 a month version. Next, let me show you guys too kind of how it works, okay? Just for you guys who have never used it. So this is a brief overview. I'm going to be doing more in-depth tutorials on Scout IQ, but obviously I just want to put this video out for the challenge. But basically this is what it will look like when you have the actual scanning app open. It has your profit calculator. You can put your buy cost in. It'll have the rank here. And obviously we're selling FBA used most of the time, so you guys are going to want to be looking in the FBA price category, so on and so forth. E-score means how many times it has determined that book has sold within a 6 month period. So the 130 e-score really means that this book has probably sold about 130 times within the last 6 months. That's a great e-score for books, and that's definitely a book that I would pick up. But I'm going to be going into more detail in another video on the type of e-scores I like to stay and just my average kind of rules I set within my book buying strategy. But yeah, this is just kind of a brief overview. Go to Scout IQ, check it out. Yeah, that's Scout IQ. Next is going to be, you're going to need a Bluetooth scanner. I wouldn't even recommend people trying to do books without a Bluetooth scanner. It's just not worth your time, trust me. So the Bluetooth scanner I recommend is going to be this cheap eYoYo one. It's one of the cheapest on Amazon. Super simple. Most people say it's really cheap, but I've had my eYoYo scanner for, it's had to have been at least over a year. Still going, still working. I've dropped it. Tons of stuff. Dropped it so many times and it's still going strong. I've had the more expensive scanners. In my opinion, they're not that much better than these ones, my opinion. But for someone on a budget, definitely pick up this scanner. Trust me, you'll thank me. Try going and scanning books without a scanner and then get one and go scan books and you will know what I'm talking about. Next is going to be a portable charger. Again, if you guys are out all day sourcing books, your phone's going to die, so it's very important to either have like a portable charger, one like these. You can just buy a simple, cheap one that you can take with you on the road to charge your phone. You can also just charge it in between stores, or you can get a Mophie case, I guess, technically, or some type of charging case to where it will prolong your battery life. Super helpful. You don't want to be 30 miles away from home and then have your phone die and you just can't keep sourcing. So that's just another thing that's great to have. Pick one up for, probably 15, 20 bucks. Definitely worth the investment. Next is going to be Inventory Lab. If you don't know what Inventory Lab is, there's tons of videos on YouTube. I'll make one too, but it's just a listing software. It's going to speed up your listing ability. You don't want to be doing books at a high volume and manually listing them on Amazon Seller Central. It's going to take way too long and it's really going to just consume your time because you want to spend your time sourcing. Sourcing is where you make your money, and doing all the prep and stuff, you want to minimize your prep time as much as possible. So Inventory Lab, super great, and just makes life a lot easier. Also has some accounting benefits as well. It keeps track of your profits, losses, all that different stuff. So it's just a great software to have. I'm sure most of you guys know what Inventory Lab is by now. And if you don't, you can shoot me some questions on Facebook and I'll let you guys know more about it. Okay, the next two are free ones. You guys, I'm sure you've heard of these. Camel. It's a software online, and it basically, the thing with books is with Camel, you can look at the sales rank chart, and for every little change in rank, technically, you can see it. It'll look like spikes, little spikes. There's tons of videos on YouTube about Camel. So just type in what is Camel or tutorial on YouTube, and it'll show you exactly how the app works. But it's super beneficial because let's say you're looking at a pretty high ranked book, like let's say 2 million rank or 3 million rank textbook, okay? It may look like a bad rank, but if you look at Camel, it could show that it sold maybe 8 times or something within the last 6 months or something like that. And if there's only one other seller you're competing with, then that might be a book you want to invest in. So Camel is just going to be great when you're out there sourcing. Most books I don't even check, but if there's that one book that looks super high ranked, might be worth picking up. I always look at Camel to see the selling history of that book. Keepa, again, I like to use Keepa because it'll show you the average sales rank for the last 180 days. Super helpful. You don't, because a book could be ranked 100,000 right now when you're scanning it, but the average rank over the last 2 months might be 2 million or something. So that's just a great tool to have to identify whether or not our book is selling consistently over a sustained period of time, so you guys can feel safer with your investment in that particular book. Now, I'm going to go into my specific sourcing strategy. I'm kind of having to limit my sourcing because I have other Amazon businesses to run that make me a lot more money than what these books will. So I'm kind of having to condense my time more wisely. And this strategy will definitely work well for people who are working full-time jobs or just don't have a lot of time to get out there and source. So Number one, Goodwill 50% off Saturdays. They are every other Saturday. Go check out your local Goodwill's website and look at the calendar. It'll show you exactly when the 50% off Saturdays are. And these days, you guys want to be sourcing books literally from the time Goodwill opens to the time they close. If you do that, source for 12, 13 hours straight, you guys will find 3, 4, 5, 600 books in one day. And that is really how you get a ton of inventory for half off, because a lot of books don't make sense to sell at Goodwill because some of the prices are really high. But when they're 50% off, then it gives you enough profit to where it makes sense. So I definitely, the 2 Goodwill Saturdays a month, I'm going to be sourcing all day long. And I might even take someone with me to help scan so we can hit more stores. But definitely, you guys want to be hitting Goodwill 50% off Saturdays for books. It's a must. When I was selling books, it was a staple in my business, and it's just awesome to get a lot of inventory in one day. Next is going to be book sales. Let me show you guys where you can find out where book sales are in your area. Booksalefinder.com. Pick whichever area. This one's in Scottsdale. Not sure the date, but we have some more next month in March. So I'm definitely going to be hitting some of these book sales to help get books. Awesome way to source books, book sales. Also, be on the lookout for the book sales that have like a $5 or $10 fill a bag. You can most likely fit 20, 25 books per bag. And when you're paying $5 to $10 for 25 books, it's kind of hard not to make money. You can find tons of inventory. I've pulled 400 or 500 books out of a single book sale in a few hours before. So definitely check out booksalefinder.com and look up book sales in your area. This is probably the best place to get the cheapest books. So you definitely want to be implementing book sales into your business. There's also ongoing book sales at libraries that you guys can source books from, so on and so forth. So just come check out this website and see which book sales are in your area. Okay. Next is what I like to call low-key thrift stores. As you guys know, the main popular thrift stores are like Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers, I believe. Those are like the top 3 books or thrift stores everyone knows about. But what I find is I used to find the best books at thrift stores that were just like one-off thrift stores, like family-owned thrift stores. So definitely go on Google Maps and just type in thrift stores near me, and then zoom in on every part of where you live, and I guarantee you will find some kind of low-key thrift stores, family-owned thrift stores, and I'm telling you, those are like the diamond in the rough thrift stores. And their books are way cheaper than Goodwill's, so definitely go try to find those type of thrift stores in your area. And this is technically going to be my strategy for whether or not I'm going to pull the trigger on investing in a book. If it's up to $1 million rank and under, I want it to be at least a $5 profit. If it's not, I'm not even going to touch it. Unless it's like a top 100,000, 200,000, I'll go down to like a $3 profit. But if it's in that from rank 1 up to $1 million, I want it to be in the $5 profit range. If it's between $1 million rank and $2 million rank, I need it to be at least a $10 profit for it to be worth it to me. Again, everyone has their own business models, but this is what I'm going to be shooting for during this challenge. And last but not least, I only like to go up to 3 million rank, and it has to be at least a $15 profit. Again, you can check things like Camel, 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 and Keepa to really look at the sales history on these books that have the higher ranks. But yeah, guys, I just want to start this challenge. So I hope some of you guys, take on this challenge with me, and let's all just go make some money and kill it together. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to join the free Facebook group. Also hit that subscribe button and bell notification. If you have any specific questions, go to Facebook and shoot me a private message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, I hope you guys are going to take on this challenge with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, any questions, reach out to me and I'm happy to help. So stay tuned tomorrow for the next video.